well conditioned. They're like gnats. They're just always on you. As soon as you try to swat them away, it just comes right back.
Here we go. Start of the first set. The Bellos from England on the left side of your screen in red. Norway on the right side, and Anders Mol coming out swinging.
I don't care how scrappy you are. That's going to be a kill 99 times out of 100. Anders bringing some heat.
Serving the way of Joaquin Bello, and Bello poking it just over the block of Anders Mol.
Just the soft touch. Again, hand on ball. So smooth.
Joaquin Bello with a little sidewinder serve to the way of Mol. And one-handed dig from Javi. And he puts Javi all the way up to the net. It goes into the net, but they keep it alive. No, they do not.
Love to see some good showmanship there between Anders and Javi. As I said, that first one would have been a kill 99 times out of 100. Anders actually brings more heat on the second. That might be our 1 out of 100. What a stick that was from Javi.
And you're going to see the fastest 40-yard dash from Joaquin Bello on some of these transitions set. When you think that ball is out of reach, Joaquin will be there. Javi down the line, good cover. Tempo out wide, pushing it through the block is Joaquin Bello.
The cover kings,
yes,
as Miles Evans calls them. At the time, it was the upset of the tournament when they beat Steven Vandeveld and Matthew Immers. And they just covered and covered and covered. And they frustrated Vandeveld to no end. And there you see a cover and then a push through the block. So frustrating.
That's so important when you play the Vikings. You have to cover the ball. Good touch here from Javi, but it goes right into the stomach of Joaquin, not able to get it back up.
And one of my favorite types of partners to play with when I was playing was a defender that you know that they were doing everything they could to touch every ball, and that is these Bello brothers. They are just full octane, full gas every play.
Nice set. Nice climb there from Javi, sneaking it around the block of Anders.
And this is where Norway, they go through that data collection period we reference a lot, where the first 21 points to the technical timeout, I think they're just going to be trying to get a read on Javi, get a read on Joaquin, and then they're going to start making their plays.
Sorum takes his look, then the short poke over goes down for Christian Sorum.
Excellent touch from Christian Sorum, and that was a 3-block. And so the design of that play was for Joaquin to start in the angle and then move to the line, as you see with that right hand, and Javi was doing the exact opposite maneuver, which opens up those baby lines when you're able to see it, as Sorum does with his 15 pairs of eyes.
Here's Mol, the second in tournament in aces. Short poke over in return from Javier.
And the Anders Mol jump serve, that was what led them to their semifinal victory over their quarterfinal victory, over Qatar. And so it's good for England to get him off the line immediately while he's on that good side.
Sorum going behind. Baby cut. Javi's all over it. Javi goes down the line, and the Bellos take their first lead of this first set.
Really smooth move into that cut shot from Javi Bello. Gets there, and he's balanced. Digs it to a point where he's able to get that full approach that we just saw, and then a crispy, crispy high line.
Sorum again going behind. Nice soft block there from Joaquin. Another chance here for Sorum. It's a little bit tight to the net. This ball's a little tight to the net, but it's blocked from Javi. Tempo outside to Christian. The Bellos digging everything right now and not getting the final dig as Christian Sorum ends the rally.
Have we mentioned that they're just a touch scrappy, these Bello brothers? And you can almost see Anders chuckle in the middle of that rally thinking, wait, this is still going?
And already a yellow card for Joaquin Bello for wiping his glasses. And they're diving all over the sand. So I'm not sure if I agree, Travis, with this early yellow.
Well, a yellow card, it's just a souvenir. So I don't know if Joaquin's been to a gift shop, but he's got one to come home with.
5-all on the board. Sorum hits a loopy serve that catches a draft and goes long.
And the high, deep floats from this good side to bad side. And as a reminder, Norway currently on the good side. Wind going from Javi's back right corner to Anders's front right corner. And so the high, deep floats have not been easy to pass.
Sorum continuing to work behind. This time hits a flat scud to the angle. Javi can't control it.
Think about how many different shots and swings Christian Sorum has. Now, when they were sort of peaking in 2018, 2019, Sorum was either highline or that sharp angle swing. And now, as he's gotten served every ball for 6 straight years, he has just developed a full armada of different serves.
And you have to be creative, and as you get older, as we see Martins Plavins, 39 years young, adding different shots to his game. And that's what's so special about this sport. As you grow, as you get older, there's many different ways to score. Just 2 players on the court. Got to be creative. That's what makes this sport so fun. And the line, Javi there. What can he do in transition? The quick swing around the block of Norway.
Javi does such an excellent job of sliding into the line and getting stopped and balanced to make a controlled dig. So often you'll see defenders continue drifting and moving, but instead he gets stopped, makes a great dig for an excellent opportunity in transition. And just like that, we have England up 8-6.
And England going to the good side here. And Javi putting that one in the net. Sorum from the middle. Working Javi to his line. Good cover again from Joaquin. And Joaquin somehow sneaks it through. Maybe a little contact there. Anders not very happy, I don't think, about that one.
The Nats, the cover kings. I don't know what their nickname's going to end up being after this one, but it's one of the two. We'll see how it plays out.
These Bello boys going to be around for a long time. Sorum with the sharpest of angles there. Javi not able to get a hand on it.
And that's the first time we've seen Christian mess with the timing of his attack on his jump. A lot of times he'll catch it on the way up and catch Joaquin as he's on the way up, and then that one he just hangs and waits till he's on the way down and then pats it into that cut shot.
Javi behind and trying to go low line, and Anders Mol shuts that down.
As they say in the native Portuguese, fechado. Low line is closed.
So you're not going to get that around Anders too often. Back to Javi. Javi goes to the middle. Anders diving just a little too far into the angle.
Javi taking out a camera. Taking down one of those middle replay cameras. That's a really nice high snap from Javi Bello.
Mol going behind. Nice touch there from Joaquin, who puts up a pretty good set to Javi, and he puts it in the net. Heartbreak for England.
What a play that was from Joaquin. An excellent soft block and then a really nice set. And I love Javi's massive step close. He jumped laterally so far. They're so athletic and explosive, these brothers. Just missed contact, but another good opportunity for England.
Option cut. Nice dig from Sorum to keep this one alive. Javi, this set drifting inside. Excellent poke, excellent vision from Javi Bello.
One of the many impressive aspects of England's game right now is their ability to stay calm on a lot of these chaotic plays. Now, granted, they have a lot of experience in these chaotic plays because they create so many of them. But against a team like Norway, a lot of times you think you have to play different than you have been all tournament, but you're in the semifinals for a reason. And so they're just sticking to what's got them here, and it's working out as they're in the lead at the 10.
Yeah, and that goes so overlooked, that skill of staying calm in the chaos, in these long rallies, as we see Osvaldo Soali down on the sand. And yeah, credit to them, credit to their dad, their coach, Luis Bello, I'm sure is watching at home, was chatting with him this weekend, and he's just super proud of his boys, and they are just an awesome family with tons of promise, and they're gonna have a long, long career on the Beach Pro Tour.
I remember at the European Championships 2 years ago when the Bellos beat Alex Brower and Robbie Newsom. That was kind of their first big win. We did a podcast with the Bellos, and I checked the numbers, and all of a sudden I was like, why are the Bellos getting 10,000 views today? And it's because they upset one of the best teams that we've had in the last decade, and everyone was wondering, who are these kids? And they're here to stay.
11-10. Bello's holding on to a 1-point lead. Sorum down the line, and Javi can't track that one. A lot of heat from that right shoulder of Sorum.
But Javi was in the right position again, and that's really all you can hope for as a defense, is that you're calling the right plays to put your defender and blocker in the right positions to make plays, and England's doing that.
Jump serve from Mole. That one's going to tag the back line. Monster ace there for Mole.
And that's the very serve, this exact one, this back right-hand corner into that back right-hand corner. That is what got them here from that quarterfinal victory over Qatar.
Option, nice soft block from Mole. And Mole with the backhand flipper. Anders Mole being creative up at the net.
And it's the control of Sorum on this set that might be the most exceptional part of this play. Is this is not an easy ball to set. As it's coming, it gets redirected from Anders, then he lobs it up perfect.
The Bello brothers, another look at that backhand, just so weird. And Joaquin frustrated, but not much you can do on that ball. It's just so funky. It's going to drop 9 out of 10 times. And so Joaquin and Javi opting to take their timeout. I like this timeout, Travis. Not let Norway get, already got 3 points here, but not let get too far ahead. Just a 2-point lead here for Norway.
I like this timeout as well, and this is exactly what I mentioned earlier when I said that Norway, when they're playing a relatively unfamiliar team, they take the technical timeout, sometimes even the entire first set, collect their data. What's the read on Javi? What's the read on Joaquin? What are they doing defensively? What are their tendencies offensively? And then they adjust their game plan, and then they pounce.
And we talk about having no coach in the box here in the Beach Pro Tour, and so it comes down to the players to make those in-game adjustments. And it's not always easy to do when you're in the moment. Sometimes you're blinded. You got your blinders on, you're focused on certain things, and you don't really take in all the information at times. So, challenge for teams to have that good dialogue and make those in-game adjustments. 13-11. Norway. Another good serve per pass from Joaquin. Down the line, another cover. Javi goes to the baby cut. It is Doug. Another chance here for Javi. And Javier trying to find the hands, and he doesn't. Anders Mole, he asks Anders. Anders says, no touch here.
And again, not the player's job to call their own touches, especially in a semifinal. I do think that went wide of Anders, but another cover for the Bello brothers. They just keep extending these plays.
Those are those intangible plays that don't get commented on too much. And that set's definitely going to be called. Good call from our up referee. Javi looking, questioning, but I don't think he has much ground to stand on.
I would love to know what the argument is from Javi, because that set came in as a double and came out as a double. And that's one of the benefits of jump serving, is you create these high spinny passes that are difficult to handset.
This ball drifting a little bit tight. Another cover from Joaquin. What a set from over the shoulder of Javi. and Joaquin Bello finds a way.
The cover kings. What is that now? Count 5 covers, 6
Man.
covers? Anders could very well have 5 blocks already, and it is just cover and set, cover and set, cover and set.
Sorum behind. Takes a look. Javi there with the scoop. Javi looking to deliver. Surprise, another cover. Joaquin trying to go low line, but that ball drops a little quicker than he thought.
And you see Anders, hands on the knees, trying to catch his breath. This is the hottest day that we have had here in Rio. It's been overcast, it's been rainy, it's been borderline chilly at times. We've seen some of the night matches, everyone's wearing leggings and long sleeves, but the heat is here. And how many extra jumps is Anders having to take because the cover kings are doing what they do, and it is just block and cover and set, block and cover and set.
As if the blocker's job wasn't hard enough, making Anders jump double the amount. Joaquin going on the line off the armpit, I think, of Anders Mol.
What's funny about that block is that a smaller blocker probably gets blocked, because instead of hitting the armpit, it catches Anders' hand perfectly. But 6'7", jump 40, I don't feel sorry for you, Anders.
And into the net goes Joaquin Bello. Looks like he was kind of rushing to get up to the net. That's a challenge as a blocker, to serve, take your time. You don't have to get still up to the net to block.
And that's one of the understated advantage when you split block, is it makes your serving that much more aggressive because you don't have to run up.
Joaquin off that left hand, doesn't miss the line swing on this one.
And that's the swing that Anders wanted to bait him into, leaving that line open, taking it away with that left hand, but just couldn't quite shape it back into the court. And even if he did, it would have been covered anyway.
Bump set, Sorum, cross court, hammer, tagging the sideline, precision from Christian Sorum.
It's a beauty. And one of the first ball side out we've seen not get touched by a Bello brother.
Joaquin from the right through the hands and down. Joaquin Bello.
Well, the United States, it's NFL Sunday. Field goal.
Field goal.
That's 3. And the brothers having a discussion with both refs about wiping the sunglasses. Tenuous balance. You want to speed it up for the fans' sake. You want to slow it down for the players' sake.
Mol behind, and Mol looking for the glory swing, and he's laughing because he knows he just missed it.
In baseball, they call that one a long foul ball. That would have been, well, that would have been straight to the gram.
Man.
Content team would have been clipping that out immediately.
He's going to have another chance here. And he goes deep middle. Nobody home for the Bello. No one, that's undiggable. File that in the undiggable category.
Well, the content team can clip out that one instead.
Just in case you couldn't get the first one, we'll give you another chance here.
Just a quick calibration from Anders.
So we'll switch sides. Norway up 19-16. Anders going to toss up a jump serve. Heavy jump serve. Joaquin trying to go high, but Anders Mol shutting it down.
And when you play the Bello brothers, you have to decide what type of offensive player do you want to defend. Do you want to try to chase down shots and chops that Javi's going to bring you, or do you want to try to get in the face of Joaquin because he's going to be more physical? The answer has been shifted to Joaquin.
Another good pass from Joaquin. Joaquin going high, hands again, but no hands to be found. That ball goes long, and Norway with a late run, and they, excuse me, there was a touch there, and Anders Mol earning the honor call and the green card as we like to say, with the touch call. So we're not done yet.
And that's a good time to call your own touch. Not likely to impact the match, and so that's going to give you one that maybe you did touch that you say you didn't later. That's called ref manipulation, Anders. Great job. And that's a block from Joaquin Bello. It's not over yet.
Does Norway take a timeout here? No, definitely not. They're not even thinking about a timeout at this point in this first set. It's 18-20 though. Sorum to end the match. He cannot yet. Javi is there. Javi off the head of Mole. Sorum's going to run this down. It puts up an amazing set. Unreal play. Play of the day. Sorum and Mole. Magic.
Wow, wow, wow. Christian Sorum setting that off one leg, virtually from the LED ball blocks, goes over them, and then Anders, this is such a hard ball to hit, and like he does with everything, he makes it look so easy.
Unbelievable there from Norway to close out this first set. Just perfect set from so far. 21-18 is our first set score. The Bellos hanging in tough. They're making life difficult for Norway. Maybe trying to get Anders tired. I don't know if that is truly possible. He had his hands on his knees a bit in that first set, and so credit to the Bello brothers for the constant coverage and the constant effort defensively.
Well, Anders wasn't tired in Joao Pessoa 2 weeks ago when it was an oven, and Christian Sorum was dying in that semifinal, but Anders was just onto and block and jump serve and onto and block. He isn't going to be tired here. You're not going to wear him out in the first match of the day, especially when they got to buy into the quarterfinals. So fatigue, I don't think will play much of a factor for Anders. I think it's just more frustrating. The Nats just always bugging him and covering and bugging him and covering. And Anders still had 2 blocks in that first set, and it could have been about 7.
Fans are up. They're ready for set number 2 in our second men's semifinal. The run-through set from Mole and Joaquin Bello starting off this second set with a block.
And Sorum isn't even trying to recycle this because he knows that Anders is back in the player box after that run-through set. He's just trying to send that into the deep corner. And Joaquin, his hands are so good.
He's meeting him at the pinnacle there. Down the line goes Mole, but Joaquin Bello gobbling that one up for a second straight block.
6'1", plays 6'7", 6'8" is Joaquin. The thing is, watch, he gets so low, you can't see him down there, and then he just flies up into that line.
So athletic. Mole cross court, high heat. Javi getting caught a little bit shallow there on that swing.
And you can see Javi's reaction, saying he should have gone with the hand dig. But I think that he was too out of position, going too sharp into that angle, which is not a bad spot to be given how sharp Anders likes to swing those cross bodies. I think that's just a better swing.
Javier from the left. There's that craftiness. And it's pick your poison when you're playing the Bello brothers.
Javi has one of my favorite step closes in beach volleyball. There's a good look at maybe the most entertaining strength coach on the Beach Pro Tour. When you hear the yee-hoo, that's the Norway strength coach.
Nice save, brilliant set. The cut shot is dug. Joaquin playing a little bit of defense. And Joaquin going fast line. A little turn and burn. Another three-pointer, field goal, Travis?
Another field goal, another three-pointer. But the open net swing from Christian is just a soft cutty, and the Bellos are so fast. And that double arm lift from Joaquin, the step close and lift of these guys, it's amazing.
That serve going long into the wind from Joaquin. Joaquin trotting up and absolutely firing one to the back line as Joaquin.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone challenge the block of Anders Mole this much. and only have 2 blocks. Again, Joaquin going at the block of Anders, and it goes just inside that left arm. I would be careful from the Bello brothers.
Sorum continuing to go behind. Nice dig from Javi to the cut shot option from Joaquin. Brilliant touches here from the Bellos.
What a reaction play that is from Javi. He's sitting well positioned in the angle, and you don't have time to think on these. It's like hitting a fastball. You just have to go with your instinct and what you see, and Javi just sticks that right hand out perfect.
Short serve. Jump set to Sorum. Standing poke. Timing a little bit off here for Norway. Another chance, though, here for Christian. Joaquin off the net with the pull dig. And nowhere to go when that set gets pushed out wide. Advantage Mole all day long.
And Anders is one of the best in the world at shutting down those sets that go outside of the antenna. And everyone thinks that it's so easy because there's only one way for Joaquin to go, but it's so easy to get tooled. But Anders shapes his hand so well that it goes back into the court and finally not covered.
A lot of system here. Softest little line shot there from Joaquin, who's bringing a lot of heat. Opts for the soft, dainty shot there.
And you can see Christian was just a little bit dug in, waiting for the heat to come, which is not a wrong assumption, but that's what Joaquin sets you up. He goes heat, 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 and then he catches you dug in on the shots.
Tight pass. Catching Mole a little off guard, catching the net. Chance here for England. And Javier going down the line again. So nice earned point there for England.
No timeout yet for Norway. And they're having a discussion about it. And there's going to be the timeout as England goes up relatively commanding in the second set, Kyle.
That's a healthy start here to set number 2 for the Bellos, and hasn't come from a lot of cover balls, a few transition digs, but it's been the service pressure causing some trouble here for Norway, even on this good side for Norway, struggling to control some of these float serves from the Bello brothers, but credit to the Bellos and especially Joaquin for changing up his attacks, keeping Norway on their toes.
And we've known for 6 years now that no lead is safe when playing Anders Mole and Christian Sorum. And in this weather, no lead has been safe. This weather referencing a 12 to 15 mile an hour steady wind with gusts going from the Bello side into the Norwegian side. And so Norway currently on the good side. And so for the Bello brothers to be earning a lot on the bad side, that is a bullish indicator.
Good pass from Sorum. Goes on the line. Javi making the read, but too much heat from Sorum. It goes way out of bounds after the dig.
But again, it's England has called the right play again, where Javi is in the line. He gets a good touch, and his touches have led to a lot of opportunities.
Mole with a rip, and it's handled perfectly from Joaquin. Joaquin, are you kidding me? Bounces one in the 5-foot line.
What an angle that is from Joaquin. That is straight down around the block of Anders Mole. I know I said to be careful, but don't mind me.
Yikes. Sorum, where does he go here? Trying to go the soft cutty, which we've seen before from Sorum, but that one doesn't clear the net.
And I think that his timing got a little bit thrown off by the hesitation from Anders Mole. By the hesitation, I mean that fake option that Anders put up, and then Sorum just slowed down a little bit on that back set, and I think that threw off his timing just enough. So he was imperfect. Anders having a word with our up ref again, who just wants to keep this game moving.
Breeze coming in here. Nice soft touch there from Joaquin. Javi trying to change direction. So difficult.
Speaking of difficult, how difficult is it to get a clean first ball side out on these guys?
Nearly impossible. So what makes them so frustrating as a team. You have to be almost perfect at times with your swings. Just builds and builds. Javi out wide and hammering into the block of Anders Mol. That comes down even faster than it left Javi's hand.
And a lot of times it's deceptive the way that Norway plays defense. Anders will be lined up in the line and then throw his arms way lateral into the angle. Nothing deceptive about that one. It's a big angle block, and Javi unwisely challenging.
Javi trying to go cut, and that one is gobbled up again from Anders.
I love Anders' reaction after that. He puts his hands up as if to say, 2 blocks with no cover? It's a miracle. It's amazing that Anders now has 4 blocks in this big reach with that left, because there's been so many covers. He's gotten his hands on so many balls, and now the blocks are starting to come.
Took Mol a full set to start dialing in. He had a couple blocks in that first one, but a full set to get even more blocks here in this second set on Javi and Joaquin. Are just doing their best to stay away from Mol, but it's no easy feat. And that's when you do, when you play Norway, you try to take Mol out of the picture, trying to work around him, but he inserts himself so well. It's just so difficult to stay away.
It's so difficult, and I would love to do a video breaking down the film of Anders Mol and explaining what makes him such a spectacular blocker. And you could fill books and books with it, but it's because he will line up neutral and he can move his arms 3 feet laterally without showing you anything until the very last second. The way he's just a nightmare to play against. You say you want to stay away from Anders, but it's just a matter of time. You just try to limit his blocks.
Yeah, it's inevitable that Mol will get some blocks. He's already got 2. It's a good dig from Sorum. And Joaquin says, whatever you can do, I can do better, with that monster block of his own.
And Joaquin had left just a little bit of a sliver of line available, and then he just closes it with the left. Watch it. There's just a little bit of line left in that last second spread.
Great replay there from our team. Tight ball, good save from Joaquin, and another huge block, back-to-back blocks for Joaquin.
Does Joaquin have the highest vertical on the Beach Pro Tour?
Yes.
Joaquin jumps higher than Focaraz, I think.
Yes.
Higher than Naumann, higher than Helvig.
Yep.
I'm going with Joaquin Bello.
Agreed.
Highest vertical on the Beach Pro Tour.
That's no easy thing. Mol again, trying to go back to the cross court. Javi's all over it. And look at the rise and swing from Joaquin Bello, and a run of 3 points here for England.
What a tremendous response. Anders gets 2 blocks in a row. A lot of teams start sweating, especially the younger ones. And what does England do? Block option to go back up 13-7 on the Kings.
So much maturity being shown here from the Bellos. Sorum, chopping line to that medium line. Nobody's going to touch that. So Norway battle for a side out here. Halfway through the second set. England, though, in a lovely position, up 13-8 going into our technical.
And when we were chatting pregame, our prediction for scores, I thought 21-16, 21-17 would have been appropriate without even being disrespectful to England. What do we know?
And it's like Joaquin getting the feet in a little cold bucket there. It's one of the places to cool the body off the most efficiently. The feet, the neck, the groin, underarms as well.
That sand is also toasty.
Yes.
Now it's getting a little bit more overcast, but sun was out all morning, and this sand gets hot.
Yes.
And for the general public to walk onto the beach, they actually have a sprinkler system set up every 20 or 40 meters, where that's the only way that you can walk onto the beach without getting your toes fried.
Yes, an overlooked factor of the ability of these athletes, the toughness to withstand the conditions. Heavy serve from Mol. Another controlled pass, though, from Joaquin, and Joaquin chipping back to the angle calmly.
And you can see both Anders and Christian leading into that line, and I thought line was coming as well. That's where Joaquim's body was facing. The last second just snaps it high over angle. Smart, smart shot.
The line, it's covered. Mole with the chance, and it's going to be too fast there for Javi to collect.
Look who's covering now. Norway giving England Mole taste of their own medicine. Excellent cover from Anders, and I love just the tempo play. Just an easy low pass, easy low set, quick shot.
(9:14). Norway trying to earn a couple here on this good side. And there's just a beautiful, crispy high line from Javi.
It's just so smooth. And there's a look at Duda, Olympic gold medalist, also sponsored by Red Bull. I wonder if the Red Bull athletes root for one another just a little bit. Is Duda on Team Anders and Christian?
I think so. I think there's an inherent Red Bull support system. And they're going to need to cheer a little louder for these Red Bull athletes because Joaquim Bello collecting another block.
I did not have in the 1x prop bets here Joaquim Bello out blocking Anders Mole, but here we are.
Man. Good lead from Sorum. I mean, do you think that being an undersized blocker, attackers, they don't see him as much? Do they feel like they can challenge him more? A little bit of both?
I think it's a lot of you can't see him, and he can pop up so fast. It's a combination. As Anders Mole gets another ace now going from the left side into the seam, one of the best servers in the world, showing up for the crowd. But to get back to the earlier point, I think it's the fact that you can't see him, but it's how fast he can get up and then close the space where he's baiting you. Where a lot of players, the shorter ones, where you can't see them, but they just can't get up fast enough to close it like Joaquim can.
Javi down the line. Sorum's all over that. Sorum in transition. Okay. Christian Sorum bringing some heat.
And there's an angle that we haven't seen in quite some time from Christian Sorum. Little Yahtzee down the line.
Boy, oh boy. With authority from Sorum. Here's another look. It's impressive he still takes that look and able to get the power. So many athletes, when you go and take that look, you can give up that full swing, but that was not the case for Sorum there. Little hybrid here from Mole. Javi takes his look, and the beautiful short poke shot from Javi.
What I love about the way that Javi hits that poke shot is that he doesn't show it until the last second. So he coils his arm as if he's going to hit, and it's the last second, then he breaks out the poke. That's a great look at it.
Mole behind. Going high hands, fast off the block of Joaquim Bello.
And when he's run that back set, he's gone to that big heroic cross body. He's learned his lesson after getting blocked a couple times to keep it high on Joaquim.
And that set slipping through the hands of Joaquim. No argument this time for the Bello brothers.
And they got to be careful. They had a 13-8 lead at the tech, down to just 3. Side out here is critical. You do not want to give Norway even a sliver of daylight.
Nice set there. Down the line, Sorum on the run. It's an overset. Trouble on the side of the Bellos this time, and they clean it up, and Mole, frustrated, knows it was a missed opportunity.
And that might be the play that decides the set, where that's a perfectly in-system dig from Christian. A rare overset from one of the best transition setters in the business. Instead of 17-15, 18-14, and that difference at this stage in the set is massive.
Mole trotting in and looking for some hands of either Bello, but neither touch it, so it's a hitting error for Anders Mole.
And in our lead-up, we tried to tell you, on paper, this is a quality team versus one of the best teams in history, but expect the potential of a 3-setter, and that's what we have coming our way.
Joaquin, a little bit firm there. Adrenaline definitely pumping through the veins with a 4-point lead over the Volley Vikings. And that serve creates an overpass, and Anders takes care of it.
And this is the last gasp for Norway in this second set, where you have Anders now transitioning to serve on the good side, where he has been more dangerous than any other player in the field. This is where he has full green light, down 16-19. He knows that it's going to take quite a big effort for them to come all the way back, and so I expect a lot of gas on this jump serve.
There's the gas that you were referencing, but it's handled very well from Joaquin. Joaquin trying to challenge the block of Mole, and Mole doing what he does best.
And this is where those doubles are really coming to show, where they're getting a little bit more tentative with the hands. Now that bump set was sprayed a little bit. It was low, it was outside. That makes it a lot easier for Anders to get that block.
Norway down just 2. Sun goes to Javi. Good hand dig from Sorum. And Christian with the baby line in transition, and they cut the lead to just 1.
And you gotta wonder, that play at 17-14, had that gone the way of Norway, this is a very different looking set. Now England is still in control. This is where I would love to get a peek inside their minds. What is going on in sports psychology right now of England? How calm are you right now as you are being tracked down and hunted by the best team in the world?
Javi need a big side out here, and he gets it with the cut. Woo! Ice in his veins, Javi Bello.
What a calm response that is from Javi. So impressed with the composure of England as they now have a set point against Norway.
Sorum to stay alive. He doesn't. Joaquin Bello ends the second set with a monster block.
Joaquin Bello right now is the best player on the court.
Yes. Covering, blocking, service pressure. Unbelievable. The Bellos scrapping, holding on, as like you said, they were getting hunted by the Vikings.
And how good has Joaquin's left-hand press been? He has sealed that line from Sorum and Anders so many times, and he has been spectacular.
And I wonder if the Vikings opt to avoid those low-line swings against Joaquin, thinking they could sneak it by, but Joaquin shutting it down left and right, putting on a blocking clinic. The block leader right now in this match, the block leader in this tournament, Mr. Joaquin Bello.
To see 13 combined blocks in 2 sets is extraordinary. And I think there's your X factor right there. And again, I've mentioned it a number of times, Anders could have 13, 14 blocks if it weren't for the covering ability of the cover kings.
Yeah, one of those skills that just will give you more opportunities to score, more opportunities defensively, and just frustrate your opponent so much.
The frustrating Bellos. And we're going to a 3-setter. Back-to-back 3-setters here in our men's semifinal. And Mole not happy. He got a yellow before this point even started. And I kind of agreed because Javi hadn't even got the ball yet. Oof.
Little yellow card happy. And even the Bello brothers are looking at Anders like, we don't know either, buddy.
Confusion among all here. Either way, start of set number 3. England versus Norway. Then semifinal. Nice touch there from Joaquin. Can he put this one away? It's Doug. Another chance here. Javi's up at the net. playing a little bit of defense, but Joaquin's there. And the cut shot goes down. The Bello brothers, a little flip-flop at the net, doesn't matter.
Here's a team I wouldn't mind seeing. Joaquin Bello and Nico Capicroso. Split block. We saw Nico get a ton of digs. Joaquin can obviously get blocks. They can play both. When you're 6'1", you got to be able to do everything.
Cross court dug from Javi. Joaquin trying to get Javi up to the net. Oh my. A missed opportunity there for the Bellos.
But it was an opportunity. And as my good friend, our good friend Rich Lamborn likes to say, digs lead to touches, touches lead to opportunities, opportunities lead to points, and they just continue to create opportunity after opportunity, and that's why we are in a third set.
Short serve to Javi. Out wide, Javi unloading the whip there for the kill.
A little bit of heat there from Javi Bello.
Love that wind up and rotation. Just creates so much power with that torque. England, 2-1. Nice middle serve. Anders continues to swing deep. Javi perplexed.
That just sounded different coming off the cannon of Anders Mol.
Ooh, and Javi following that one all the way to the line. Lets it go wisely. So missed serve, but we'll switch sides. England up 1.
The wind's starting to pick up just a touch. The good side getting a little bit better. And this is an anti-sunglass wipe reffing crew.
I don't know what he wants Javi to do. He's walking back to get the ball. He's blowing the whistle at him. Down the middle. Mole. It's a little bit tight. And somehow, from the ground, keeps the ball alive. And a net violation from Javi Bello.
What a play from Anders Mol. Knowing that he wasn't be able to get it through the block of Joaquin, so he just stands and pokes it into him. And then comes back and gets the block and one with the net.
A little bit of trouble on the pass. Javi out wide. Scooped from Sorum. And Sorum again just trying to go to this little slicey cut and doesn't have enough on it.
And I think that set was a bit too far outside for Christian, and so he couldn't get his feet there, jump sideways, and that's another transition set we've seen just mishandled a little bit from Anders. We saw that at 17-14 in that second set, and again here, and Christian just tries to be a little bit too dainty with it, a little bit too perfect.
Where does Christian go here? The set in a better position. It's scooped down the middle from Javi. And the fast, low line works. Mole thinking it was going to go high, and Javi changes it up.
And Anders, his footwork to get out there was tremendous. And as you mentioned, he just sort of mistimes as he's going all the way up, and you could see his elbows were still coiled, waiting for the shot block. And Javi just does a nice job snapping it before Anders can fully form it.
Little change-up pitch there from Javi Bello, and Mole gets hit in the face. Glasses come off. So I guess that is permission to go and wipe the glasses, as Osvaldo follows him over to the bench to make sure there's actually sand on the glasses. England up 2. Sorum trying to go cross court. Javi Bello, another block.
Joaquin, his left hand has been awesome at the net. Watch again, big reach into the angle. That's a pure read block from Joaquin.
3-point lead for the Bellos in this race to 15 points. Oh, and Joaquin missing there, and it's happened a few times where he gets these big blocks and then he gives up Norway a break.
If there's been one aspect of Joaquin's game right now, aside from the couple doubles that he's thrown up that I would say could use improvement, it's the service pressure. in the serving where he's miscontacted a couple. That said, they're still up 6-4 and they're well in control.
The high float to Joaquin. He goes high, hands, ripper. Off the head, a little flex down from the youngster.
That is such a smart swing from Joaquin, as the set was a little bit tight. He knows that if you bring it down low on Anders, it's coming back on your side. He stays high and just sort of punches it off the block.
Javi down the middle. Mole's going to go behind. A little top 10 play there from Anders Mole.
Goodness gracious, gosh almighty. Anders Mole.
Oof, sent chills down your spine on that one. Just 1 point though. Joaquin goes back around the block, and the steady side out continues for England.
It's just a really nice high chop from Joaquin, and just keep waiting for Norway to make the move, and England's not letting them.
Nice floater. Sorum a little bit early. Brilliant touch from Joaquin. Can he get this ball down? He does! The Bello's scrappy as can be.
What a dig from Joaquin Bello. Flying up, and then watch this quick turnaround. That is brilliant from Joaquin. And then to get up and swing totally blind to get the kill.
Sorum back to the line. That's too fast, too good from Christian. Sorum to stop the bleeding.
And deep enough to get out of the go-go gadget reach of Joaquin Bello.
Yeah, you got, if you're gonna work that middle short line, it's gotta be far enough where Joaquin Bello can't come down and go get it. Jump serve from Mole. Joaquin, Sorum up at the net this time, and it doesn't matter. Joaquin just sees daylight and goes for it.
I kind of like the split blocking switch. One, because Sorum is a very capable blocker, and Anders is a good enough volleyball player. He can make a dig, but it let Anders really take a rip at that serve, and he just caught the tape.
Oh, Javi looking for the corner. Just sailed a little bit long. Javi takes a look, chopping it up, goes Javi Bello. Consistency here for England.
And Norway is running out of daylight right now to make their move. It's just the side-out consistency of the Bello brothers has been fantastic.
Sorum overhead, trying to go to the angle. Joaquin Bello, go off, sir.
And another one from Joaquin Bello. That is 10 blocks in this match.
12-7, England with a 5-point advantage. Option, soft touch, Javi's there, but puts it over. Anders looking to swing, and it's high and deep again, and Javi retreating, but too late.
And you're starting to see Anders attempt to get into that dominant Anders Mole form that we saw him in the semifinals 2 weeks ago in Joao Pessoa when they beat Sweden. Taking that option from 10, 12 feet off the net. I haven't seen Anders be that aggressive on two, maybe ever. But the sense of urgency, it is on big time, and they need a big run on the bad side.
Good pass from Javi. The set's a little inside. Soft touch there from Mole to keep that one alive. And Sorum somehow finds the sand, which has been elusive to the Volley Vikings.
And Christian's been going for that baby cutty a number of times in this match. Hasn't gotten it to go just yet. You can see how much Anders wanted that seam ball. Christian says, you know what, baby cutties work just fine.
I mean, if he goes, I feel like anywhere else, 2-down defense from the Bellos, they're going to touch it. They don't need a block. They can touch everything. They're so dang scrappy. But Sorum just has to pull a rabbit out of a hat there to work that baby cut for the kill. The Bellos, though, will take a timeout. Oh, Travis, I am so impressed with the Bellos right now. I mean, we know how good they can be. We know how scrappy they can be. It's been the consistency that has been the change for them, and not giving up too many runs against one of the best teams of all time.
It's the side-out consistency. I don't know if I've seen this level from the Bellos, and it's funny when you go and rewind back to Wednesday in this tournament. They needed some help to get out of the qualifier against our good friends Kame Schock and James Shaw, who were controlling that match until it was really the errors on the part of the United States that let England into the main draw of the tournament, and now they're on the cusp of making the finals.
The Bellos playing their 7th match here in Rio, hoping to get to the finals. Javi short poke, Sorum's there, and the option, thunder spike from Anders Mol. And life a little bit on the side of Norway.
The power that Anders was able to harness on that was extraordinary, as he's falling away on a quarter jump and still able to punish that one. Pressure mounting for England.
Javi down the line. Little bit of confusion, perhaps. Norway, both players in the angle.
Well, it's a side switch on the part of England, and that throws you off as a defense. You haven't seen that before, and for England to do that at 12-10 in the third set, that's confidence. Now, Javi used to play right side.
And Javi a little tight on that serve. The ball drops more than he thought on his toss, and that serve goes into the net.
If Sharif Yunus and Ahmed Tijan are watching this, they know what it's like to be up 13-10 on Norway and have it not work out in their favor. No lead is safe. This is a critical side out.
What a touch there from Mol. A little bit of trouble on that contact. Another chance, though, for Joaquin. Full layout from Sorum to keep it alive. One more turn for Joaquin, and he gets it down. The soft baby line shot goes down.
A clutch side out on the third time of asking. Now Javi's having a word with the up ref because Anders' hand set off the soft block was not great.
Questionable at best.
Questionable at best. At this juncture in the match, I do appreciate refs letting the boys play it out, and it worked out in England's favor. The universe was justified. Match point, England over Norway.
Option, that one ricocheting off the hands of Joaquin. Norway survive.
And Anders, the best server in the world now. Back going from the left side. This is where he has been most lethal, from the good side. Match point number 2. Can England survive?
Heavy serve. Javier to go to the finals, and they do it! Javi and Joaquin Bello take down the Volley Vikings in 3 sets. Unbelievable.